Hi. Yes, there's a glow over my head. There's a big old light up there. I got all these hairs that want to be on my face instead of, back away from my face. Anyway, I'm going to go try to walk again. I got a different coat on. It's a lot warmer than what I had on earlier. So I'm going to put my glove on, have some water, and then we'll head out and see if I can go anywhere. I didn't make it very far earlier. I think the wind was blowing and it was cold. Not that cold compared to what could be, but it was cold. I'm not sure what the name of that movie is now. My Aunt Kathy took me to the movies yesterday. Oh, stupid light. How can I do that? I can't. Okay, let me do it over here. Well, it was a real, from a true story about a little girl who needed a liver transplant. The show starts out and the mother and father are there and they've just had their baby and they're talking and everything. And then 5 years later it shows the mother dies and her daughter needs a liver transplant or she's going to die. And then a person out of the blue that has an alcohol problem but has money enough to be buying the bar drinks, but anyway, she had her own list of problems as you learn throughout the movie, but she felt so impressed. Somehow she heard about this little girl, and actually she showed up at the funeral. That must have been where she saw it, but nevertheless, she showed up at the funeral of the mother, and then she proceeded to take on herself their cause, okay, trying to help with money and this and that and fundraisers and just all kinds of neat stuff that she accomplished. And it was a self-help thing also, not just because she was dealing with things from her own past, because she was an alcoholic and her mother was an alcoholic, a horrible alcoholic. Anyway, I'm telling too much of the story. It must have just came out not long ago, and I'm thinking it's Ordinary Angels might be the name of it. Like all of us can be an angel in somebody's life if we know they need help and we come to assist. This woman was persistent and she was able to accomplish massive, and she saved. Well, I'll stop there. It made me cry. Had me on the edge of my seat because it just got down to the last minute. I mean, she was way down on the list to get a liver. And they kept moving her up because of other things, but her hospital bills and this and that and the other thing was just astronomical, making it seem impossible. But he still kept moving on. So anyway, if you get a chance to go see it, it's really good. Superb. Okay, so earlier I read out of Mormon Doctrine, and I didn't mean to do that because that was pages and pages and pages. But it was interesting because there is that fight about evolution. Some things evolve, but man begat man. Ape begat ape. All the plants, everything begets itself, okay? And it's been that way from the beginning of time. Certain things may evolve, but not the creatures, okay? I'm not sure about plant life because, you got to go with the environment and stuff. But even all the plant life, it said it was made immortal. Before it ever came to this earth and became mortal, it was already made in immortality, even the plants and the fish and the everything. Every creature was created in the spirit form. But it said immortal. I read that. Immortal implies you have your body and your spirit, and you're immortal. What am I trying to say? Because I could swear I read that about Adam and Eve and them, all those who were in the garden. Well, the plant life and the fish and all the birds and everything was created first, I would say in heaven. I don't know where it was created, but it was immortal. And then it became mortal when Adam and Eve took the fruit and became subject to death. So did everybody else. That's a trip, really. So, that last video I did, I think it was today, so it'll be the first part of 224. So I'm doing a second part now, and this is hours later. But that was really interesting, is what I'm trying to say. I was in the Mormon Doctrine book, and I was reading on evolution, and it talked about those things I was just talking about. I mean, I read and read and read. I was wanting to stop, but then I knew I really shouldn't stop, because it shouldn't have been separated, and I shouldn't be coming back to it later and never actually coming back to it. So I went ahead and finished it. So it was several pages on evolution in Mormon doctrine. And I told you scriptures to go look up. You can always pause me, you know, when you're on your device and stuff. And if I give you a scripture and you'd like to go read it, pause the thing and go do it. And right now I'm doing both things. I'm using my iPhone and my iPad. I use my iPad to look up stuff and to read and show you stuff. But I'm doing my videos on my iPhone. Now I need to turn that around, because my iPad's got a lot of memory compared to my iPhone. It's got a lot. I think my iPhone's got 64 gigs, and I think my iPad at least has 128, if not more. It's probably 128. But I'm always running out of space. So, anyway, we're going to go outside before it gets much later. What time is it? It's 5:15, so it's going to be dark soon. But it's staying light longer. I've been able to see the difference. We'll have to do some on the millennium, and then we'll have to do some on the signs of the times, which is now the last days. That's what they're talking about. Okay, so I'm going to go out here and see if I can walk. I should put my bottle in the fridge because it won't stay cold. Let's see, I will do that. Da 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 da. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do. La la la. And see, I got it wrong on that one part. It was let's see, the guy that was in the room. That's the way I took it the last time I heard it. The guy that was in the room where the girl's on the wall with no eyes, he's the one that doesn't want to move, I think. He doesn't want her to know he's stirring inside. I think that's what I heard. Anyway. Da 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 da. Anyway. Check that song out, okay? If you're on my Facebook, it's on my things that I posted. It'll be in my, go to my profile, go to my profile, and you will see all the different things I've shared, okay? And that song is one of them. Plus, I played a little bit of it on the video before this one. Hopefully it was just little